Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So quick disclaimer, if you guys do hear noise in the back, it's because of my AC. It is 100 degrees in Long Beach here, and I am not about to be recording without my AC on, so sorry if you guys do hear noise in the back. But let's get into the video. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about the time I got kicked out of college and lied to my mom about it. And it is not something I am proud of. It is something that I look back to now, and I am glad I learned my lesson, and I am glad I'm going through the right path now that I'm in Long Beach City College. And you guys are probably wondering, like, how did you get kicked out of college if you're in college right now? Well, I got kicked out of Cal State Long Beach. Remember the fun fact I told you in my last video that I used to go to Cal State Long Beach, but I did get kicked out. So this is going to be the story time of how I got kicked out of Cal State Long Beach. So let's get into the video. So this was back in 2017. I was 18 at that time, and that was when I was getting out of high school. I had already graduated and everything, so I was getting out of high school and I was going into the progress of getting into Cal State Long Beach, and I got accepted into the program of nursing program, well, pre-nursing. Obviously I wanted to pursue my career in becoming a registered nurse, and that didn't work out. As you can see, I am now in Long Beach City College pursuing another career, but I did want to be in the medical field. Like I had explained before, I did want to be in the medical field, so that is why I was pursuing nursing first. So when I went to Cal State Long Beach, I started pretty good. I started good, and then I got into a relationship with my then boyfriend, and after that, let me tell you guys, it started going downhill. So let me tell you why. For pre-nursing, you obviously need a 4.0 or higher. They need like straight A's, like barely a B. Like you cannot have any bad grades at all. You have to have like a 4.0 or higher. And well, I was not that person. I did not have those grades because I did start getting distracted because of my then boyfriend. I started getting distracted and I was just not paying attention. I was texting him when I was in class. I was just not giving my 100% that I needed to give my 100% on. And well, that affected me. So first semester wasn't that bad. First semester I made it out with B's and C's. It wasn't as bad. But second semester I was placed on SAP, which is Satisfactory Academic Progress, and that it be able to have financial aid still, and if not, they were going to take it away. And obviously I was not going to be able to be there because Cal State obviously is a very expensive school, so I was going to be getting my financial aid taken away, and they were not going to give me any more financial aid. So they told me either you get your grades up or you're out of here, like you're done. My second semester, that's when I got placed on SAP. My second semester I was done. Like I would not go to class. I would ditch class to go with my boyfriend. I would not attend to like the meetings that we needed to attend to. I would not do the homework. I would not do anything that the class required to do. And that really affected me in so many ways that it got me kicked out of Cal State Long Beach, and it got my financial aid for Cal State Long Beach taken away. So I was affected by all that, and it is my fault. I do know it is my fault. I did learn from my mistakes. It was my choice to not go to class. It was my choice to go with my boyfriend instead of going to class, instead of getting my career ready, instead of doing all that. I did choose the wrong path, which I understand now, but that was an effect that I ended up having. You know, the not being able to be in my dream school. Cal State Long Beach has always been my dream school since I was probably in elementary, and we took a field trip there, and it was my dream school. I love the campus. It was a beautiful campus. It is a beautiful campus because it's still there. I'm the one not there anymore, but I love the campus. It's beautiful. It just the vibe that it gives you, it's a beautiful vibe. It's a beautiful experience to be able to be in a Cal State like that. So I did throw all that away, and well, it was because little old me decided to have a boyfriend. So after that, it was 2018 spring, which was the last semester, which I was placed on the SAP. And after that, they pretty much emailed me at the end of the semester, and they were like, you know what, you're done, we're not going to give you any more financial aid, and you're pretty much out. Like, you're done. You can't be in here anymore. You're not showing enough, like, you're not showing your GPA to be a good GPA to be in a Cal State, so you are kicked out. When I got that email, my heart literally stopped beating. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I feel like we don't learn our mistakes, or we don't learn our lessons until we're in the situation and we're like, what am I gonna do next? So that was my reaction. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, what am I gonna tell my mom? Because my mom, you know, I feel like every parent wants the best for their child, and my mom, she wanted the best for me, and I appreciate that from her, because, you know, she has given me, you know, the tools to continue being, you know, the person that I am now. And for me to get kicked out of Cal State Long Beach, for me to give her that news, I couldn't hurt my mom that way, and I wanted to keep making her proud. So I was not thinking, I thought lying to her that I'm still going to school and I'm still going to college and I'm still going to Cal State Long Beach, I felt like that was the answer, I guess. I was so naive at that age. Obviously, it's been already 4 years, and I was very, very naive and very like, well, if I just, you know, tell her that I'm still going, and, you know, I'll be making her proud either way. So here goes little me telling her, yeah, I'm still in school. Like, she asked me like, how's school and everything, like, when do you start again, what are your classes this semester, you know. She starts talking to me, and I start telling her, oh yeah, these and these are my classes, like, yeah, whatever. So here comes 2018 fall, and well, usually you get financial aid at the beginning of the semester. And I usually always tell her like, oh, I got my financial aid, I have to go take it out, so I won't, like, you know, spend it all. Because me having money, I would spend it all in dumb stuff, and I did not want to be that type of person that spent their whole financial aid on something and then left their books at the end. So I decided I would always take out my financial aid. So she started wondering, she was like, where's your financial aid? You haven't taken your financial aid out. And my heart was like starting to beat when she started asking me questions. She was like, how many classes are you taking? Like, shouldn't you be getting your financial aid by now? Shouldn't, you know, shouldn't you be getting your stuff now? And shouldn't you be getting your books? Where are your books? Where's your school supplies? Where's everything? And I was like, oh no, yeah, like, I'll go. Like, I just kept on like dismissing the questions, trying to dismiss the questions. But my mom is not dumb, you know. She was a teenager once, so she knows, and she knows me very well when I lie, or when I'm up to something. So I was like, yeah, like, I'll get it. My mom at a point did end up going to a parent meeting for Cal State Long Beach for an orientation, a parent's orientation, before I started school there, and they were told that our financial aid could be transferred to our ID cards, and I did have my ID. So at a point I did tell her, oh, my financial aid is going to be on my ID, and she said, that's weird, because the only way they can transfer your money to your ID is if you ask for it. Did you ask for it? I said no. I was like, but I guess, you know, something happened in the system and they put it in there. She was like, no, I just think that's weird, I'm not buying it. She wanted to keep digging into the situation and find out what was really going on. So I told my boyfriend, and I started panicking, and I said, I'm starting to panic, what do I do? He said, let's make like a fake email, and let's send you like an email saying that you will have your money there. It was an error from the school and that they apologized. I said, okay, so we did that. So I did do that fake email, and I said that my financial aid was placed on my ID, and I put my ID number and everything, and that I was going to pretty much have my money there, and it was a school mistake, and that they apologized. I showed her the email, I sent her the email, and she said, that's so weird. but she finally like dismissed it. And then after a while, so you guys are probably wondering like, oh, like she dismissed it, like she believed you. She wasn't really buying it, but my mom, if she digs deeper, she will find the answer. And she decided, she told me this a while ago, she did decide to stop digging because she did not want to be disappointed or did not want to find out the truth until it really came out. So I was like, oh, okay. Like now I know. So she did end up finding out that I was not going to school, that I was ditching school, that I was not going, that I did not go to school for over a year, because I did lie to her over a year. I did supposedly go to school from 2018 fall until 2019 spring, and I was lying to her that entire time. I was lying to her for an entire school year. And she did find that out, and she was very upset with me, very, very upset with me. I felt very low because I was distracted by my boyfriend. I was distracted by him. I was not going to school because of him. We would hang out, we would go places, we would go eat, we would go out, and throughout that time, supposedly I had my schedule, and I would lie to her, obviously, and I had my school schedule, supposedly one of my then best friends to send me her schedule, and I would send it to my mom. And well, that entire time that I was supposedly from school until the end of the day that I wasn't in school anymore, from start to finish, I did tell her that I was in school, and she did believe the schedule and everything, obviously, because it looked legit. And I was with my boyfriend. We would go eat, we would go to Knott's, we would just go out. And then I would come back home and I would pretend like nothing, and then I would just do literally nothing. And she would always question that. She'd be like, you don't have any homework? I'll be like, oh no, I don't have any homework. She'd be like, why don't you ever have homework? You know, I know for nursing they told me that you guys have a lot of work, a lot of homework, a lot of, you know, schoolwork to do. Why don't you have any? Like, she started questioning that, and I was like, oh, like, I don't know, like, I guess I finished it in the library. I went to the library with my friends and I finished it, because I would go to the library before I started hanging out more with my boyfriend, with my friends. So I did go to the library, and I would tell her, I'd be like, oh, I finished it with her, or oh, I finished it in the library, or I finished it in class. And she would be like, oh, like, okay, like, she would kind of believe it. So after that, after finding out that I wasn't there, she was obviously disappointed, and she asked me, she's like, what do you want to do with your life? At that moment, I was like, I don't know. Like, I did not know what I wanted to do. I did not know where to go from here to there. I did not know anything. I was so lost. And it was because I was in that relationship that was just toxic. It was a toxic relationship that made me not know what I wanted. And I'm not just blaming the relationship, I am blaming myself. I am accepting the flaws that I did make throughout the year that I lied to my mom, because it was my fault. It was my decision to make. It was me. But the causes leading to that was, I was in a relationship and I was, like, you can say I was in love, but it was like only me giving the 100% in the relationship, and I was trying to spend as much time as I could with him. And because I was just so happy in the relationship at the moment, and I was just trying to give it its all, you know, because you know at the beginning of a relationship how it is, like all butterflies and unicorns and whatever the case is. So that's what I wanted it to be like, you know. I wanted it to be like a relationship that was wonderful for him and for me, and for us to stay together forever and whatever. And that's how I used to think back then. But that was the cause that I got kicked out of Cal State Long Beach, was because I dedicated my entire time that I was there to my boyfriend and not to my schoolwork, which I regret. I regret it, and I don't regret it. I regret it in the case that I could be pursuing my nursing career. But I don't regret it, because I did learn from my mistakes. I did learn, and I feel like I became a bigger person from those mistakes. And I feel like a lot of people expect you to do so well, and that's what I felt. I felt the pressure that I needed to make my mom proud. I needed to show her that I can do it, and I needed to also pay attention to my boyfriend. That's what I felt. That's how my mindset was set, and that is what dragged me down in that sense, and that is what made me get kicked out of Cal State Long Beach. You learn from those mistakes. So that is the reason why I got kicked out of Cal State Long Beach, and I lied to my mom about it. But now I am in Long Beach City College. I am pursuing a different career, radiologist technician, and I am happy with that career. I am happy going into the career, and I am happy still being in the medical field and still being able to help people out, and to just be able to give my all into something that I am passionate about, which is being in the medical field, working in the hospital with people that I feel like will have the same goals as I do, and just being in that environment. So don't ever think like, oh, I can't make it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old you are, where you are in your life, you can still make it. I let a year pass by, and I'm here now, and I'm still in school, and I'm still doing my best. I am still working so hard, and it's paying off. And I'm making my mom proud, and I love seeing that I'm making her proud, because that is my ultimate goal, to make my mom proud and to make my family proud, and just to be able to give my 100% in something that I am so passionate about. And I feel like everybody can find that anywhere. So yes, that is the story of how I got kicked out, and I lied to my mom about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications to get notified every time I post a new video. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.